Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse, and today we're gonna see if we can pass through this graphics card, an AMD FirePro V7900 to a virtual machine using Proxmox. But first I would like to give a special word to our sponsor Morten over here, who's gonna tell us about who's sponsoring this video. Take it away.
This video is sponsored by Exfo. Exfo develops smarter network testing, monitoring and analyzing solution for the world's leading communication service providers, network equipment manufacturers and web scale companies. I've got my hands on their EX1 tester and monitoring solution, which I did a video on or just released a video on. If you would like to find out more about Exfo, visit them in the link below.
Thank you very much to Exfo for being a good sport and sponsoring this video. I have this awesome Lenovo X3650 Model 5. They're all awesome. In the last video I put this riser card in it, this one, and also I put in this graphics card. So and we actually went and we saw on my computer in Proxmox that this graphics card was available in the computer. But how did I do that? Well, first you put the graphics card in and you power it and so on and so forth, but you have to do some small things in Proxmox as well to kind of make this pop up, and I'm still not sure that this is gonna work. I haven't done this yet, so we're doing it together. I'm putting this back in. Let's go closer and see it. So this is the graphic card in question. I do actually think that I want to replace this cable now that I have it out anyway, because that's an irritating cable to work with. So we're gonna pop that out, and we're gonna pop it out down here as well. These cables can be a little bit hard to get, but well, if you search long enough they will pop up. And I have another, also an AMD graphics card here. I'm gonna borrow the wires from here because it's shorter. I needed to go from an 8-pin to a 6-pin connector. If we look at the graphics card here, we can see there is a 6-pin connector on the back of it, and down here in the server we have an 8-pin. So this cable has an 8-pin there, and it goes out to a 6-pin and a 6-pin that is expandable. Oh, it goes, well, I think it goes there. Expandable to 8 pins, but we're just gonna be using the 6-pin. So let's pop that in. So let's do that. We're gonna hide that one away, and we're just gonna pop that one in, and we're gonna put it through there, and we're gonna pop this back. This bracket here is a little bit in the way, but as it is part of the graphics card, yeah, I can't very well remove it without, and it's some kind of metal, magnesium or something cool. So we're just gonna pop that back in as good as we can. There we are, and that bloody cable out of the way. Yes, and we don't want this to short circuit anything. So how do we prevent that? Hopefully that's good enough. So I'll cover this back up and we will close it up and we will turn it on and go check the computer. Okay, the server has booted. It's now answering again. I can see it became green over here. So that means that it's okay. Passing through things to Proxmox is not that difficult. It kind of looks like it would kind of do it right out of the box, but I had a lot of problems passing through. We can just check this virtual machine here, hardware. I was passing through this, this is an HBA that is in that machine,
virtual machine. I was trying with another one and I had a lot of trouble. I couldn't get that to work. That was a Hewlett Packard one. Probably it was just too sophisticated. It was communicating with too many things or had some feature. Never got it working. But then I put in an LSI controller and worked right away. No problems whatsoever. But I had some help along the way. Someone pointed me to something that I should have found. Proxmox wiki here. And they have a little page on PCI Passthrough, which is very helpful. And there is a section here for Intel CPUs, which is the thing I have. And there's another section for AMDs, which is not in this server. So there is something that I did, and I have to be quite honest here. I have no idea if this did anything for me, or if it was just that card that didn't work. So maybe you need this, maybe you don't need this. If I go ahead and I reinstall Proxmox at some point, I'll try not to do this at first and see if it works again. And well, if it works without these lines, well, I don't need to put them in. But the idea is that we go in and we edit this file here. This VI is an editor thing, and we change this line to become this line, and then we update this thingy here, the grub, which is this file thing where it's a configuration thing. So let's borrow this and go back to Proxmox, and we ask for shell. We're not gonna edit it, we're just gonna watch it. So we should be able to put that in. I don't think we need that first thing there. Okay. So here we can see all the settings. This is the one that we needed to change, I believe, and it has been changed. But that line is the one that we changed. And now I can't remember how to get out of here. Be right back. Okay, it seems to be escape, colon, Q, that one. And we are out. Okay. Yeah, I am not a Linux guy. Sorry about that. So we have that up and running. So right now I should be able to pass it through. Let's go in here and let's add a PCI card. And we should be able to see it. It's right there. I could add it to this virtual machine, which would probably work perfectly fine. Oh, that's the HDMI audio. Okay, we'll probably have to pass that through as well. But I really didn't want to pass it through to this machine, because on that machine I am playing with that HBA project that is not going very well. But I wanted to make a new server to become my editing server, and I wanted to base it on server 2019. My editing software only runs on Windows. It runs on 7.10.8, and I found that it runs really well on Windows Server 2016, which I have been using for quite a while. So I wanted to do that, and I have already downloaded Server 2019. Let's go check in the download folder together with a lot of other good stuff, but it's right up there. It's an evaluation version, and we have to upload that to Proxmox. Yeah, so that's 5 gigabytes. It's huge. So, but we need to do that. So yeah, that's where the ISO files are, so we will upload it to there. I think I'll give it another name because this is a mess. So it's crap. It's English, and we need to realize US, and there's there. Upload, pick a file, go to the download directory, pick that file, open, and upload. Okay, it's gonna take a little bit, I see that, so we'll be right back when it has completed. It's going quite well, but still, I'm not sure I can paddle for that long. Okay, we are done with that. So let's see if we can create a new machine here for this project. Create VM. And we're gonna be creating it on our only host, and we're gonna give it the next name here. We're gonna call it 2019, and we're gonna call it 8. That's a good name, isn't it? Advanced. Do we need advanced? Yeah, we actually want the server to start in boot. Okay, next. We needed to locate the ISO file. So local, yes, ISO. To see that one. Guest operating system. That's gonna be Microsoft Windows. Server 2016 is the latest one that it recognizes at present. I might be able to update this Proxmox. Newer versions has come out, but yeah, that will be another video. So we are gonna select server 2016, and it should work for 2019 as well. It shouldn't be any problems whatsoever. Use physical, use in media. No, we're good. We have our ISO file that it can get the configuration from. Next, as I'm gonna be using this as an editing server, I'm probably gonna be putting it on some fast storage at some point, but we can move it when we want to. So if at the moment I know that I have some 300 gigabyte SAS drive, and I have some 4 terabytes SATA drives in there. Both of them are rather slow. Yeah, so bus type. We should really pick this one. This IDE is really slow, but I don't think it's a good idea to pick it just yet. So we'll pick SCSI, and we need to pick where to store this. Okay, we have iSCSI. We have the big store where that's 3 drives on each 4 terabytes in a RAID 5 with ZFS. We could try and pick that. Yeah, we're gonna pick that. We need some more storage for that. I really don't want to be messing with this just because I was too cheap with the storage when it got it. So we're gonna give it 60 gigabytes. Oh, that's next. CPU. This is gonna be an editing server, and the whole idea is that it's mostly gonna be using the graphics card for rendering our video. But it does need some CPU as well. So we're gonna give it 1 socket and 4 CPUs. This can be changed at any point, so it's not a big deal. Instead of this default thing, we are gonna go with host, where it's gonna pass through the actual CPUs to the VM there. So next, memory, 512 megabytes might not be enough for this. How much will be enough? 8 gigabytes? What is that? That's 8,100. Is it 92? It would be really awesome if there was like a switch to gigabytes there. That how hard can that be? Next, network bridged. Yes. We don't need this to be very difficult. I'm sure this one or that one will be way better than this one, but this one is really nice and compatible. So with this one, I won't run into any problems whatsoever. And yeah, it's a gigabit connection. It's perfectly fine. Next, summary. Okay, awesome. Finished. Next. And we have a new machine over here. It's completing that. We got a name. We can pick it. So when we start, should we just check? Oh, it has the ISO right there. So that is all good. Okay. We will then go back and we will power on this virtual machine. That is done there. And we need the console to see what it's doing. There. And it goes ahead and it starts the installation of server 2019. I have already done an installation of the evaluation version of this, so I'm not sure that we really need to do this again. I might run into some problems with some hardware along the way, but I am not expecting much. I'm just expecting this will take a bit and then we'll be done. And Yeah. So I'll be back. I'll get back to you as soon as this is installed, except if we run into any issues. That why does it say server 2016? That's, for example, a very good place to start. Okay, so it seems that some lunatic, some idiot, some infidel shithead picked the wrong ISO file, and I'll have to correct his error. So let's check what else we have here. Let's, for example, try that one instead. So yeah, I'll get back to you when if this becomes interesting. Yes, this is indeed just a tad better than before. So I'm installing it in English, but with Danish time zones and keyboards. So next to that, and we are installing now. Let's see what options we get in this evaluation version. Go gadget. Okay, this looks exactly like server 2016. I'm gonna go for that one. With the desktop experience. There is also the data center version, which more or less just means that you have to pay a lot more money for it. Standard version is going to be great for what I'm going to be doing here. Next. Okay, it became interesting in an irritating way. It's not able to see the hard drive, the SCSI drive that I told it to use. Apparently because it does not have the right SCSI driver. So we're gonna abandon this for a second. We're gonna shut it down. And yes, we're shutting it down. So I'll have to edit this hard drive. Okay, I was able to finally shut it down. It wasn't happy about that. I have no idea what I did wrong. But we need to edit this hard drive. Let's see if we have any options when it's off. We do not really. Cancel that. And I think we need to delete that. There's no way to replace that disk controller. Detach. Yes. And then I can remove. Yes. Yes. Okay. And then we can add hard drive, and then we will pick this virtual IO block thing, and the disk storage is the same, and we will pick the same size, 60 gigabytes. Add. So now we have that, and when we start the installation of Windows again there, it will also not see that, but then we switch to this driver, which I tried to, but then I decided that I didn't want to use it anyway. So right now I need to switch this back to the right image, and this time let's pick the right image as well. And I'll show you what happens when we get to that point again. Okay, here we are again, and it sees absolutely no hard drive, which is a drag. So we need to change to put some drivers in it. And we do that by going in here and replacing our ISO file here. We will edit and we will replace it to Proxmox page. They have this virtual Windows ISO file that contains a lot of the drivers that you need. So if we pick that and press OK, it's exactly like replacing a CD-ROM in the CD-ROM drive in front of the server. And right now we have put a driver CD in there, so we will we'll load some drivers, and it tells us to put in that CD-ROM. We have already done that, so we are way ahead of it. So browse, and it sees the CD-ROM drive here, and we need to find something that has to do with that. It's got to be one of these. That one maybe? Oh, okay. Store 2016. Okay. Oh, we have a redhead driver right there, an iSCSI driver. Let's check that one. But it didn't. So now it sees our 60 gigabyte hard drive in there, which is enough to get us on with the installation. So now I can't just press next just yet. I have to go over here and swap out my CD-ROM drive. A little bit tedious, but I'm sure we can make this work. So server 2019, we swap that, new. Oh, we have to do something first. We need to format that. Okay, that is done. And next. And then we should be able to continue our installation, and it does. Okay, it's hours later. I have been doing other things. I've been out eating with buddies and planning to conquer the world. Well, yeah, we do that. In the meanwhile, I have finished the installation of server 2019 here, this standard evaluation version. I have 180 days to test that out. It's awesome. You kind of get 5 or 6 rearming, so when this 180 day number gets really low, well, you go in and you type a little command and you get new 180 days. You can do that 6 times, so I should be able to rearm this until until next version of Windows Server is released, if that was what I wanted. I also went ahead and installed a newer version of my editing software right here. Yeah, we will test that if we manage to get this up and running. But right now we want to go in and see the device manager here and check. Oh, I have also made sure that there is not missing any drivers, but we have a display driver here, and this is a Microsoft Basic Display Adapter. So that's the general idea, general thing that is in there. So okay, that is so cool. So I think we should now shut this down and try and add the graphics card to it and turn it back on. How do I turn it off? Oh, that's pretty normal. Okay, why are we turning it off? We are doing some planned hardware maintenance. That's a good one. So we will go to Proxmox. I don't think we need that one anymore. And it has shut down. That was quick. That was very nice of it. So let's add some hardware here. A PCI device. And let's find the device we want to add. We want that one. That's the graphics card. All functions. Primary GPU. Nope. I think we want it to be secondary GPU, because if we select primary GPU, I'm pretty sure it will steal the picture, and we won't be able to. We'll check that. We will all functions, but not primary GPU. So add that, and I do believe we have to get the audio as well. So if we go in there again and add PCI, there should be this one as well. That one. And we will add that one as well. Thank you. So now we have those two. I am very curious. I haven't tried this before. We are doing this together, I promise you. I did not mess with this. So we have added them. So let's see if we can power back up our server. That's usually where it messes with me if it doesn't work. This is when we will find out. So let's start. Does this one? I think we need to boot that. Get a new console. It's connecting. It's failing to connect. So start. Oh, it's doing something. using some RAM, and not using some RAM. And not connected. Okay, so we did something wrong, or it didn't work. Most likely it didn't work. So let's go hardware again, and then let's try and remove that one. Remove. Yes. And then let's try start it again. Sorry. It booted. So we should be able to get a console on that. There. It's not supposed to do all that. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, I think we will stop this. And I'll go back to the drawing board. Shut it down, thank you. I'll try and make it bootable again, see what happens. Okay, as far as I found, it was trying to boot from the CD-ROM, and that was that driver CD. I have I think it will boot Windows now. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. No. I can press escape at some point and I can get to the boot menu. That's gonna come in a second or two. Rebooting. There, escape. And here I can press number 3 for the disk, and then it will boot Windows. I need to figure out how to get into the BIOS so that I can correct that. But until then, let's check if it sees the graphics card in here. Oh, yeah, go away. That's some of the software. This Vegas Pro, it came with a bundle of crap. Probably shouldn't have installed all of that. Device manager, yeah, it sees something new here. It thinks it's a Microsoft Basic Display adapter. It's really not. So I might have to go and pick up a driver for that thing. Yeah, I'll try and find something for that graphics card and see if it will eat that. Okay, I went to AMD's homepage and I found that, well, this Fire Pro V7900, well, the latest firmware is from back in 2017. I think it says it over here. Yeah, February 14th, 2017. So it's kind of old. Yeah, we'll see how this does. It's for Windows 10, 64 bits. I'm crossing my fingers that it will eat that. So I have no idea if this is gonna go. I'll keep you updated. Oh, it changed. I was installing this AMD Catalyst software, and it changed to the AMD Fire Pro V7900 graphics card over here in the middle of the installation. Awesome. And this magic crap. Go away. Go. So it finished. Okay, the system wants to reboot. Okay. It's probably, I probably have to pick a boot device. I will check if I can figure that out. Okay, I kind of changed the disk as you saw. So right now the hard drive is this Vivo Vito 0. So I found under options here, there's a boot order there, and if we edit that, it's the priority is SCSI 0, which I don't have, and then CD-ROM and network. So I am guessing very much that we have to change that to this one, which is the one that we have, and then press OK, and then it complains. I think we're fine. It's just telling me what I changed. I'm hoping. So I think we will tell this to try and reboot and see if let's see, restart. Yes, will it do that? Okay, maybe we need to shut it down. Shut down this. If I have to say something about Proxmox, it's not very good at that. When I tell it to, when I tell a virtual machine to shut down, it very often, well, it just ignores me. So next possible point, we will tell it to boot from their escape, and we will pick 3. And then hopefully next time I reboot it, it will have figured out that I've changed the boot order, and then it will do it. That's the hope, anyway. Very curious. Now we should have our graphics card here, and we do. We have a graphics card right there. Awesome. Okay, let's. I'll start this program. I can't show you because they kind of give all kind of important information away when you boot that. Bloody irritating, but it boots, and yeah, right here I can get a discount on $400 if I buy their new version Pro 16 here. I can get it for only $199, but I have to do it now because on the 14th it's the end. Only problem is that their web page is $149, so yeah, we're not gonna bother with that. We can get it cheaper online if that was what we wanted. So what I need this graphics card for is GPU rendering. I didn't show you this, but before it was not available, so let's see if it's available now. We have video and it's available here. Before it was just off. Now I have GPU rendering, GPU acceleration it's called here. There is also some GPU other places. Well, my editing software here, it sees the GPU, and I will be able to, well, this one is just that I'm able to use the GPU for the acceleration of the video. Like when I'm scrolling forth and back, it will be able to use GPU rendering for that. I think that is what that is. When this is available, I'm usually also able to have the GPU help do the render work when I'm exporting a new video for you guys actually. And so it's a win. It's working.
It's kind of cool. It was rather simple to pass through a graphics card to Proxmox. I have been messing a lot with trying to do that on VMware, and it has usually given me a lot of trouble. I've been trying it on Model 2s and Model 3s. I have had it working. It has been rather unstable. I have no idea if this is stable yet, but just the fact that I'm able to pass through a graphics card that easily usually takes days. Some of the videos I've done on this before has taken weeks to get this up and running with VMware and messing with ports coming out of it and dummy HDMI connections and stuff like that. But well, it just popped up, and I'm pretty sure that it will work. When it comes that far, it's usually okay. So please give this video a thumbs up. I think it was a big success. And also check out the links to Exfo here, an awesome company that has chosen to work with me, which is awesome. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.